Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title in today's video, I got 5 things that you're going to need to know before you decide your archetype in 2K20. Now real quick, I got a message for all my subs. I want to get this out of the way. Bro, it's grind time pretty soon, man. I'm so ready to get back on this stuff. I'm expecting to put out a lot of build videos and stuff like that, like just kind of detailing everything and giving my opinions, because I know you guys, to be modest while saying this, but I know you guys do value my opinion quite a bit, and I feel like I'm more smart with this 2K stuff than I've ever been before in any game. I feel like my IQ is at like a whole different level compared to whatever it used to be, so I understand the ins and outs of every build and like how the team has to function and stuff like that. So anyway, let me get on with this. For all my subs though, if you could turn on noties, I just want to leave that notice out there, you know what I mean? I'm not begging anybody to turn on notifications, but I feel like I just wanted to kind of alert my subs to putting that option out there. But anyway, sorry to all the new people who clicked on this and now we're already a minute in the video. Let's get on with this. 5 things you need to know before you decide your archetype 2K20. Now for number 1, and also I'm just playing old mixtapes of mine in the background. We'll play like 17, 18, and 19. But anyway, number 1, teammates. Keep that in mind. You keep those who you're cool with very close to you and in your party while you're trying to decide on your builds. Because the last thing you want to do is have you and your boys all make 3 slashers, and now you're just either out 50 bucks and you got to make a brand new build in order to be cohesive with them, or you guys are all just going to be, I'm not going to say you're going to be trash, like your player is going to be trash. I'm just saying your squad's going to be trash if you're out here running with 3 slashers. So anyway, again, keep in mind you guys got to complement each other with the builds. So what I mean by that, let's say obviously whoever of your teammates is the best like ball handler, passer, and scorer, you're gonna obviously, you guys know the deal. I just feel like that's a reminder that you need to hear. Just don't go too far away from what you're used to, man. And that kind of details into one of my other points, which is number 2, which is keep in mind your own play style / preference. For me, I understand athletic finishers are not the meta and they never will be. That's just kind of what it is. But to me, the athletic finisher is what I do, as you can see by most of these mixtape clips that you're watching right now. I'm not actually watching them, but I already know that stuff cold. But anyway, it's just my thing, and that's what I know how to do. That's what I'm the best at doing. Could I learn how to play on a different build? Sure. But also keep in mind, and this is number 3, have fun, man. Like, just make a build that you think. Now, like I said, stick to your guns, stick to your preference and playstyle. However, bro, don't sacrifice fun for the functionality of this game. Now, however, like I said, there's only so much fun that can be had. So make sure that whoever you're playing with as your buddies, if you're a good player, make sure your buddy is like willing to, first of all, make sure he's willing to play as a role player. Because the last thing you want to do is rely on somebody to be a role player, and then they find out that stuff's not very fun, and then they just dip, and now you're out of teammates to play with. So unless you're obviously like some YouTuber, in which case you can kind of just pick up whoever. But obviously I'm not speaking to a YouTuber, I'm speaking to the general public right now of just people that are watching this. So again, just keep in mind, have a build, make a build that is fun for you, but also if you think like kind of playing more of a spot up or like run around and play as a shooter role is like fun as well, then definitely go with that, because I know for sure there's not many people that are like very willing to do that, especially at the beginning of a game too. Now a lot of people will fall into a role player role later in the game and kind of just do that when they realize they have nobody to play with, or they're just not good enough to carry an offense, or for that matter defense, I guess. They're not good enough to carry a team, so they have to take a little step back and like kind of play a smaller role, because at the end of the day, winning is fun too. So that's kind of that. I mean, it's fun to be a part of a winning team, even if it's at a lesser role. A lot of people will attest to that. But however, sometimes you may feel it's just more fun to do like cool things and not really have like such a functional build, aka kind of my player. However, I've learned how to master it and kind of use it in my own like fun way, while still being a very functional like pick and roll finisher as well, and just kind of read a defense too. I've learned to backseat drive a little bit with that. But anyway, let me get off that point. I wanna go ahead and get to something different too. So number 3, or maybe this is 4. Yeah, this is 4. Don't set your expectations too high for this prelude. You never know what you're getting into. If you're really concerned about saving your money and making sure that you're not wasting 50 bucks on a garbage build, here's my best advice. Either wait a little bit to fully decide on what build you're going with. I wonder if they're gonna let you purchase your upgrades in the prelude. I really wonder that. Or demo, I guess, if you want to call it. But anyway, be careful with that if that is a thing. Do not go spending money on the first day of the game, especially if they're gonna let you test out builds too. Don't be buying a car and still test driving other ones. That don't make any sense to do. Don't go do it. Absolutely do not do it because next thing you know, you're gonna mess around and have some build that YouTubers just discover. Now that gets to my 5th point, which is use these YouTubers' advice, but do not copy and paste them. A lot of these guys, I'll put it like this. I'm sure I'm speaking to a little bit lesser of skill level when I make these videos. Obviously, you guys know that. But what I make these videos for, a lot of the stuff that I do is to kind of preach IQ and just teach you guys things as well. So also sub if you're new to that. I got a lot of 2K19 videos where it's straight IQ with the pick and roll and stuff, and just general IQ as well. But anyway, we'll get into that later in the year. You know the deal. For now, in the early stages, this is always just for setting the platform for you guys to help you kind of understand and make sure you know the direction you're going in. So again, let's get back to the build point a little bit. Make what you feel is for you, but at the same time, like I said, don't sacrifice fun, but it's up to you to determine what fun is defined by. So for instance, what I mean by that is if you think winning is fun and nothing else matters, like as long as you're going 100-0 and you could be over here scoring 2 points then per game, then go ahead and do that. Every team loves role players. Like I guarantee you, my favorite people to play with are ones that just are cool people who don't really mind not doing much as far as like offensively goes. Just because generally you're not going to be able to have a build who can carry the load offensively and defensively. You got to be real nice on the sticks with that to be able to make that happen. But anyway, again, so basically what I'm saying is you got to have a defensive captain. I mean, this sounds cliche to say in basketball, but there's a leader of the defense and then a leader of the offense when it comes to the backcourt in 3v3. Now in 2v2, it's more balanced. You kind of just you're more of a duo. Obviously, I mean it's 2v2, but you know what I mean. There's no like real preference or like play style to that. It's really just how you fit with your teammate. But in 3v3, like I said, there's definitely a defensive and offensive oriented player, unless you go a different route where you have 2 offensive players, in which case your big man better be a role player. Because all I can say, bro, is having 3 people on the court that are not role players at the same time, it generally will either be very boring for some of them because their expectations are very high, or they're just in a role that doesn't fit them. For instance, like one of the guards is going to be playing spot up for the most part, and they're just not gonna... Either way, basically what I'm saying is this game is hard to enjoy as the 3rd best player on a 3v3 team. So if you understand that and make yourself suited to that 3rd spot, and that's just the dead honest truth of this game, bro, is that it's not gonna be as fun for some people, just if you're at a lesser skilled, and like, you know, if you have less stick skills and IQ as well. If you're kind of just playing the game to play it, so be it. I know there's a lot of, you know, quote unquote brown shirts that like really just be playing the game to hop on here and, to be honest, completely get obliterated by squads of people who have 3 suitable builds to each other. But long story short, man, like I said, I don't want to harp on this point for too long, but bro, like for real, it's so serious. If you are okay with being a role player, that's like one of the best things you can do, bro. You'll be able to play with whoever. Like, I mean, I'm talking even like me, for instance. Like, obviously, along the year, I'm down to always pick up any type of sharp, any type of lockdown. Those are the true role players. Lockdowns will probably just be spot ups. You get a little bit 3-pointer in you, boom, problem solved. Sharps, obviously, it's like more, it's a role player, but like you wouldn't want a sharp to just be a spot up. You're kind of trying to move them around a little bit. So, but anyway, long story short, you get what I'm saying. Sharps and locks, you can play with anybody. Slashers, you got to be real specific. That's why I'm very thankful for the opportunity I have, where, you know, I have quite a few people to play with in just a squad where, you know, I can depend on other people as well. But as a slasher, man, you got to be I hope you're good. That's all I can say, because it's gonna be tough for you to find people to play with if you're a slasher who's kind of just like a random, I guess, if you will. You can never go wrong with defenders. You can never go wrong with sharps. Glasses, I guess you guys will fit in a little bit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I would say expect like a 65 win percent or something like that if you're a random pure glass. Just because at the end of the day, your point guard is going to need communication with you in every other occasional game. So I mean, hopefully, if you can develop chemistry with somebody, then boom, there you go. You're rising. As far as playmakers and stuff goes, I hope y'all are cold too, because man, there's nothing worse than playing with a random pure playmaker who just cannot do anything. So anyway, like I said, if you want to learn, go ahead and try that. I'm all for new people coming into a game, or if you have been a role player in previous games and you want to take the next step and try to become that playmaker or, you know, offensive oriented player, and so for sure go for that. Or like a pure point forward or something like that. But all I can say is you might be setting your expectations a little too high, because at the end of the day, this game does get pretty tough sometimes to learn and completely just pick up from not knowing anything. Now, a lot of people, they have a constant progression through the game where, you know, they constantly upgrade their role a little bit, where they go from spot up to kind of moving around off ball as a sharp, to maybe getting the ball every now and then, to, you know, as being like a sort of secondary option, to maybe they even become a big man somewhere along the lines and get kind of decent at that, and then maybe they even turn into, you know, a freaking dribble god point guard somewhere along the lines. You get my point. Anyway, as far as everything I've addressed with this video, I'm a recap. Make sure you use YouTubers and information, but don't copy and paste their builds just because they do it. Unless that's something for you. If you like doing that, go for it. I'm not here to judge you. Again, as I harped on for almost the whole video, make sure your teammates, make sure you just know a squad of your own, bro. Hopefully, and this is the best advice I can go, don't build your build around people that you're only going to play with for the first month. Try to get the people that you usually end up at the end of the year with, and build your build around them, because that's the people you're probably going to end up with again. The people who kind of pick up this game and only play for like a month or two or something like that, those are the people to avoid tailoring your build to. Now, anyway, again, 3, don't set too high of an expectation for the prelude. It's kind of just, who knows what's going to be in it, so it's kind of like just stay away from, you know, expecting it to be like almost the full game, or don't end up, you know, deciding on your build completely by the time the prelude is over, or when you end up done with it. Just keep constantly learning if you care enough for that. And then obviously, like I said, have fun, bro. But remember, sometimes winning is fun. So decide that how you want. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. I know this is a little long video for just the topic that I had at hand, but this is a little bit of my like pump up like 2K20 video as well. I really wanted to get one out for my subs too. And yo, I'm excited, bro. I don't know what to expect yet. I feel like coming within the next few hours, or I guess day, sort of, I'll definitely know what to expect I'm making videos on. If I had to guess, I'm gonna detail the dribbling a little bit. Definitely be here for all the slashers. I know you guys are leaning on me. It's so cool to, oh god, that was a little voice crack right there. It's so cool to like have a little community behind me, where as far as like, you know, I feel like I'm kind of like the leader of the slashers in like a sense, because I've been this for like 3 years now, or at least athletic finishers. But anyway, I'm positive I'm going with something like that this year as well. And like I said, stay close to home with your build. Don't go too far away, especially at the very beginning of the game. If it becomes super trash and it's nowhere near meta, or not even like doable, then probably move on somewhere along the lines. But you get what I'm saying. I mean, we'll be all good. I'm here to guide the people. I'm not here to give you guys a meta build. Don't be thinking I'm gonna probably title my build the best center build in the game, but that's because I be using it the best that I can. All right, like I would never make another build other than what I be going with, because it's what I function best in, and I feel like it just allows me to do so much stuff where I can just be a demon as far as like the YouTube content goes. But I mean, if you guys be using stretch bigs all the time, obviously the athletic life is not probably for you. But anyway, that's all for the vid, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, all that good stuff. One more time, Noti gang, subs. If you enjoy the content, bro, and you really like, I'm not trying to like push you guys into it, but I just want to remind you guys, if you like, I know I don't be thinking to have notifications on for half the people I sub to, and then they say something about it, and I'm like, oh snap, bro, I really do mess with this dude. Like, why don't I got his notifications on? If that's you right now, go for it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not pushing anybody into anything they don't want to do though. This is the internet. I can't even do that if I said so. But anyway, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.